All of this comes as leaders of the world's leading economies headed home after a weekend meeting in Washington to try to craft solutions to the world financial crisis. Joining us now for more about that is Jagdish Bhagwati. He is a Columbia University professor and a senior fellow for international economics at the Council on Foreign Relations. Professor Bhagwati, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
There was a sense that coming in, you had all these nations, the G7 plus 13 more, great minds to focus on a great problem and a definite plan. There is no definite plan.
No, there's no definite plan, but I think we have to immediately address the crisis, which is both in the financial sector and in the macroeconomic sector, meaning it's on Wall Street, it's on Main Street. And the Main Street is really getting rather terribly difficult to contemplate. So on that, I think the fact that they were all agreed on a fiscal stimulus, on easing money supply, all of that conveys confidence and the possibility of action, which is extremely important at this juncture.
The Wall Street Journal sort of focused on one particular part of the plan and said that leaders had devised to cut risky lending. And then they went on to say that that might actually backfire because lending is what is thought to be needed right now, get the money flowing.
Yes, and I don't think they've got plans to cut risky lending. I think essentially when you ease monetary policy, when you capitalize banks so that they're able to lend again, all of these are pro-lending. And so whether it will amount to actual lending is something where the ability of all these leaders to say, yes, we're going to revive the economy becomes extremely relevant.
Next April, when this meeting repeats itself, when they come back together, it will then be President Obama. Do you think he will have an impact, a greater impact?
Oh, I think he'll be definitely into a very substantial stimulus on the fiscal side, which I think is extremely important. He's not going to be inhibited by Republican kind of ideology that spending is bad.
What advice would you give him quickly?
I would say go ahead and spend more and pay attention to what the G20 leaders said, which was to make sure that international trade prospers, because that's an engine of prosperity.
Think globally. Professor Bhagwati, it was a pleasure talking with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.